So the Ravens, they trade edge Odafe Oweh. I think that's how you pronounce his first name. Odafe Oweh. To the Chargers for safety Alohi Gilman, late round pick for a late round swap. I think the Chargers traded a fifth round. Yeah, fifth round. All right, let's go over these notes real quick. The Harbaugh brothers are making a trade as John Harbaugh's Baltimore Ravens sent pass rusher Odafe Oweh to Jim Harbaugh's Los Angeles Chargers. And the Ravens sent Oweh in a 2027 7th round pick to the Chargers in exchange for safety Alohi Gilman in a 2026 5th round pick. Yeah. So, Chargers general manager Joe Ortiz was the Ravens director of player personnel when Baltimore selected Oweh with the number 31 overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft out of Penn State. So, of course, I mean, Ortiz, he's very familiar, obviously, been with the Ravens for decades. I mean, he's familiar with all players that's there, all personnel that's there, and obviously them, the Chargers and the Ravens, they have a great relationship. So they're always going to, not I don't think they're going to say always, but they're going to be helping each other out, you know, because it's a great business relationship, and that's really what makes you a really great general manager as well, is when you have really great relationships with different teams across the league and no enemies. The 26-year-old has recorded 23 sacks in 67 career games that he has played, including a career high of 10 sacks that he notched of last year in 2024. Oweh has 10 tackles and 5 quarterback hits in 5 games played this season. He is playing on his 5th-year option, which pays $13,251,000 according to SpotRack. This means Oweh is slated to hit free agency following this season unless the Chargers will extend him. So, all he has to do is ball out, and hey, the Chargers could extend him. So, what does this mean for the Ravens and the Chargers? So, it's a curious move for Baltimore while the Ravens wanted to add more help in the secondary and did so by trading for Alohi Gilman and signing C.J. Gardner-Johnson to their practice squad. So, it's not like the Baltimore Ravens are loaded at pass rusher, but now their room consists of Kyle Van Noy, Tavius Robinson, David Ajabo, and rookie Mike Green. The Ravens have recorded 6 sacks all season, and 2 belong to the Matabuke. Matabuke, who hasn't played since week 2 and won't return this season at all. So, as for Gilman, he spent his entire career with us, the Chargers. We selected him in the 6th round in the 2020 NFL Draft out of Notre Dame. What was that general manager's name? Tom Telesco's draft picks. He kind of hit on that a little bit. I mean, Alohi Gilman was a solid pick. I mean, you're drafted in the 6th round. I mean, it's very likely that you're probably not going to make any noise. But, I mean, Alohi was a solid safety. He wasn't bad. So Alohi has been a full-time starter since 2023 and has 22 tackles, 3 passes defended in the first 5 games of this season. In 73 games played, Alohi Gilman has recorded 5 interceptions and 21 passes to defense. The Chargers appeared poised to move forward with Elijah Molden at safety and Darren James and Tony Jefferson. Molden, he signed a 3-year extension with the Los Angeles Chargers this offseason after recording 75 tackles, 7 passes defense, a career high 3 interceptions in his first season with the Chargers. So the thing about it is the Chargers, they're deep at safety. You know, they're pretty deep, and it was a good trade on the Chargers end. Maybe a 5th round was a bit steep, but I think it's going to work out. I think Oweh is going to work out in Jesse Minter's defense. In the players around him, the personnel around him is just going to make him a better player. And I know I see where a lot of Ravens were saying, "Oh, he's washed up," and it was kind of mixed emotions. Some of it was like, "Well, he hasn't really done nothing since his 10 sacks," and some people are saying that we got rid of our only pass rusher. I think, it's the Ravens' defensive coordinator is why he more than likely has not been doing anything all year. I mean, nobody on the Ravens has really been playing well. So, and the Ravens have some freaking ballers. So, I mean, you have to take that into consideration. Like I said, coaching in football matters, and great coaches, they put their players in the best situation for them to perform. And the Ravens' defensive coordinator is not doing that at all. So, I really believe that Oweh is going to be lights out for the Chargers. I honestly do think he is, because like I said, in the Jesse Minter's defense, if you execute, you perform, you're going to look even better than what you probably are. So I mean, and not to saying that Oweh is going to look better than what he probably is, but I'm just saying that's what great coaches do, And so I think it's going to look like a steal for Chargers, like how when they got Elijah Molden. Elijah Molden isn't really making too much noise this year, but he has been facing a little bit of injury, and he's back now. So hopefully Elijah Molden can get back to where he was, like pick up where he left off last year. And if you think about it, man, it's going to be really dangerous with Khalil Mack. When Khalil Mack comes back, I don't know when Khalil Mack's going to come back. I think maybe he'll be back sometime in November. But when Khalil Mack comes back, it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be scary. It's going to be very dangerous because you got Oweh and Khalil Mack, and Oweh is kind of like a Khalil Mack, sort of. He kind of reminds you, if you watch how he plays, he's almost he's similar he plays like a Khalil Mack. He's not as dangerous or disruptive as Khalil Mack, but his style is sort of like Khalil Mack, and this will be a phenomenal opportunity for him to learn from Khalil Mack. Look what Khalil Mack is doing to Louis Tuipulotu, and Louis is starting to elevate his game now, and I think that's all from Khalil Mack. So I'm excited, man. I'm happy. I was hoping the Chargers was going. I've been saying for a while now that the Chargers should try to see if they can trade Alohi, because like I said, Alohi is a good player. He's a good safety. I think he's very average. I think he's average at best. He could be aggressive. He could be a good tackler, but there were safeties that he was playing over that I thought should have been playing over him. So it really was not a loss for Alohi. The Chargers really didn't lose out on anything. I mean, they traded a 5th round, and Joe Ortiz has been hitting on his 5th rounds lately. But but also Joe Ortiz has been hitting on his trades as well too. So, like I said, I think the last trade that we had with with Elijah, we signed him. So we signed him we only signed him because he played well. So this is going to really work out for the Chargers. We needed it. We needed some extra pass rushers, and this is going to make our defense 10 times better. Our defense has been slacking the past couple of weeks, and I think somebody like him, a big body, as a pass rusher, very athletic, strong, athletic, he's going to help our defense out tremendously. So, yeah. I mean, we had a surplus at safety. This is a probably opportunity for R.J. Mickens to step to start getting some playing time for the Charger fans. R.J. Mickens, he's a baller. He's good. He's a good player. So I mean, he is a rookie. He hasn't really gotten much playing time. I don't know if at all this year, but hey, R.J. Mickens now we're going to start seeing more of him. I really believe we're going to start seeing more R.J. But I think we're going to start seeing more opportunities for a lot of these players, a lot of these guys that we saw in the preseason. A lot of more guys are going to start playing, and so yeah, because the Chargers cannot afford to lose any games that they're supposed to be winning. They can't afford to do that anymore. Really, to be honest with you, the Chargers should go to erase these 2 losses, which technically you can't really erase them, but to not make these 2 losses really affect us in the long run. I'm pushing for the Chargers to go undefeated in October, at least. We need to win out. The Colts is going to be heavy, and I don't know who else we're playing. I know we got the Dolphins next, the Colts. I don't know who are the other teams, but I don't care. We need to win out, and we need to sweep our divisional opponents. We need to sweep the Chiefs, and we need to sweep the Broncos. We need to sweep the Raiders. We can do that. We're good. I see us in the playoffs, and we can win out in October. Sweep the Chiefs, sweep the Raiders, sweep the Broncos. I see us in the playoffs. But let's see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, but that's all. Oh yeah, I also want to talk about another trade, the Joe Flacco trade. Joe Flacco, I forget what they traded. I forget what the Bengals traded Joe Flacco for, but they traded Joe Flacco, and I mean it was a win obviously the Browns didn't really lose out on anything, but I'm trying to figure out why would the Bengals trade Joe Flacco? I just don't get it. You've is he like I a lot of people are thinking that Joe Flacco is going to make a difference than the quarterback that they have now. He's not. I mean, he's not. He's not. Actually, the quarterback they have now is playing better than Joe Flacco. I mean, at least he's not looking terrified behind playing. Joe Flacco, he's looking completely lost out there. Completely lost. I don't know what the Bengals are doing. I don't. If you was gonna make a trade, you should have traded at least for a younger athletic quarterback. I mean, I think everybody wanted to see Jameis Winston. That would have been the obvious trade in my opinion. Why not trade for him? I don't know what the Bengals are doing. I mean, they're thinking that they can possibly try to still crack into the playoffs because Joe Burrow, he's at least going to make it back. He can at least make it back to play in the playoffs. But I don't see you winning any games with Joe Flacco at all. So I mean, I hope it works out for them. I was already saying that Joe Flacco shouldn't even be starting for the Browns. I was already saying that. I was already saying that Joe Flacco is just terrible. There were some people who was buying into the Joe Flacco hype. Well, not I won't say hype, but some people were thinking that Joe Flacco was going to play well this year. And I've said in back in my previous videos that Joe Flacco was not going to do anything. I didn't think he was. I didn't ever think Joe Flacco was a good quarterback. I mean, just because he helped out the Browns go to the playoffs, it wasn't really like he did anything. The Browns' defense was phenomenal that year, and Joe Flacco just managed the game. He had some good games, but come on. Every player is going to have a good game or two here and there. Like, come on, let's not be fooled. This is Joe Flacco we're talking about. Since when has he ever been a baller? Never. You know? The league pretty much kicked him to the curb, and I mean, he was sitting on his couch, and then I guess all of a sudden the Browns just wanted to check him out, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like his fate was in his hands. The league was like, we're done with you. Yeah, so I don't know, but I mean, he does have a ring. He does got his money. I don't really see. I mean, I guess he really loves football. I guess he loves getting his head beat in because he's gonna get tortured with playing. He's gonna get tortured playing for the Bengals as well. I mean, so I don't know, but we'll see. That's all I have right now. Just wanted to chime in with you all and keep you updated on those little trades. And we'll be back very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe all day. Peace.